So in this next video, experts have just announced the San Andreas fault lines are cracking up and said the world isn't ready. Now, I think that's a true statement. I don't think the world's ready for anything that's about to come our way right now. Just think about it. We're talking about the fault lines right now in this video, but what's the West Coast or California getting hit with right now? It's a historic winter storm. I never even thought I'd hear those two go in the same sentence, California and historic winter storm. I got Queen running around my house right now screaming, "These are our last days. These are our last," like you're starting to see things that we gotta find answers to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I point to stuff like this and what's going on with the moon and different things and global warming and all kind of different things, bro, that's starting to cause some of this stuff. So we got to find answers. So we're going to check this video out and see what's going on with the fault lines. Prayers to everyone being affected by that historic winter storm over there. Seriously. All right. So we're going to check this video out. If you're new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the fam, and let's check this out.
Scientists have said that a huge earthquake is going to hit the southern San Andreas fault, but revealed that we don't know when this is going to happen, but said it could be any time now. A fault line is basically a large crack in the earth, with the San Andreas fault line being a strike slip fault. This event occurs when two tectonic plates slide past each other. Experts in California have said it's around 80 years overdue for the big one, which is the name that they've given to a massive earthquake that they said would devastate the area. The recent earthquake activity hasn't given scientists much hope either, with them noting that although the low tremors that hit Southern California back in June didn't do much damage, the big one would be an entirely different story, saying that the cost of damage could easily go to around $200 to $250 billion, and that thousands of people could lose their life. The US Geological Survey has reported there's a 20 to 35% chance of the big one happening, with experts saying this would be around 7.5 to 8.5 in magnitude. USGS researchers have been studying the areas that would be at risk, and say that many factors play into this in regards to which areas would be affected the most.
Which ones?
New estimations have also revealed that the big one may be even higher than 8 in magnitude. The area has been hit by a big earthquake in the past, with the last big one happening back in 1906, which was recorded as being a 7.9 magnitude earthquake, and that actually ended up moving the fault by 300 miles. 3,000 people lost their lives, and it's since become known as one of the worst earthquakes of all time. Over 80% of San Francisco had been destroyed, and large fires broke out.
Whoa. 3,000 people and 80%. Did you say 80%? I gotta hear that again.
And it's since become known as one of the worst earthquakes of all time. Over 80% of San Francisco had been destroyed.
80%. 80%. Now you feel what I'm saying? We need to start looking into what could cause this stuff or see how we could be better prepared. I don't think 80% of the people over there are aware of this, that this could happen at any moment. Do you think so? And we ain't even talked about other things that it can affect.
And large fires broke out that went on for days.
Fires.
One of the problems that scientists face is trying to predict when these large earthquakes are going to happen, with San Jose State University geologist Kimberly Blusnick saying the following: "The San Andreas fault is one of the best studied faults in the world, and there's still so much we can do." End quote. Back in 2019, researchers working in California reported that 2 large earthquakes had hit the region. They measured in at 6.4 and 7.1 in magnitude, and said that this raised the chances of the big one happening, saying that although it doesn't increase it by much, it could have increased the chances of it happening by 1 to 2% within the next few years. John Vidal, a professor of earth science, said the following about the big one and how it could devastate California.
How do
Here in California,
how do you hear that and not want to move? Like, I hear that, and if I was over there, I'm giving my job notice. Hey, man, y'all might want to find somebody to fill this position. What do you mean? What do you mean? It'll be vacant soon, bro. I just heard something that, no, there's no way. There's no way I can't hear that and start making an exit plan now, ASAP, yesterday.
and how it could devastate California. Here in California, you have dangers from a number of different kinds of earthquakes. The major danger is from the earthquakes on the San Andreas fault system. We haven't had a big earthquake in Southern California really since 1857, so basically we're overdue one. It's moving the ground several yards over an area of 50 square miles, so the power of a magnitude 7.8 earthquake is probably close to the power used in the whole state for a year. Basically something that we as a civilization have trouble creating, sort of like a nuclear explosion. People have this idea of running out of bed and out of their buildings, and that's a terrible idea, because a lot of what we see in earthquakes is people with broken legs, and people who run through glass. The best thing to do, like we always say, is duck, cover and hold. Get under some piece of furniture. The main point is to protect your head and chest, because the San Andreas will produce the kind of long period of shaking, which would be very damaging to very tall buildings, say in downtown LA, Century City and Long Beach, and so forth. Older still
and for those of us who like high rises, I like high rises too, man. That look and that view out into the city, the night lights. Like, I like to take a trip and get an Airbnb and look over a city like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But you have to think about that stuff, man. Those high rises are the ones subjected to that type of damage. When the ground starts shaking, what are you doing if you wake up and you on the 70th floor of something? Ain't nothing you can do but do like Queen try to do. If something go wrong, try to act like she sleep. You roll over, go back to bed, and hope you sleep through it. When you wake up, it'll be over with. Yeah, no.
Century City and Long Beach, and so forth. Older steel buildings, the connections in them have not necessarily been designed to withstand the maximum forces that can actually be generated. End quote. Seismic expert Dr. Kenneth Hudnut said the following. What's next is a really tough problem for us, but it's actually what everybody wants to know. But just because we can create a plausible scenario, does not mean it's going to happen. Seth Steen of Northwestern University said the following. The trouble is the uncertainties on all the numbers in this sequence are huge, and you're cascading those all together.
The uncertainty alone. Like, if you got family members over there, at least have the conversation with them about the uncertainty. Because people are stuck in their ways. I get it. I have relatives, family members stuck in their ways. Tornado, hurricane come through, they ain't leaving. Why? Because it hasn't affected them in their area and the entire 50, 40, 60 years they've been on the planet. And they don't think about the one time it can come through and devastate them. You know what I'm saying? So some people are just stuck in their ways, and I get that. But at least have the conversation. At least you'll be able to sleep better at night, knowing you tried to get them to think about something, maybe possibly relocating. Not to say other places don't have their issues and potential dangers, but we're talking about something that's 80% it did damage the last time.
They're huge, and you're cascading those all together. Seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones said the following on social media. I'm surprised we haven't had it yet. We average 150 years between San Andreas events, and it's been 350 on the southernmost part, but we could actually go another 50 or more. The time between big quakes seems to be Poissonian. That means that the time since the last quake doesn't matter. One person asked whether we could get 2 big ones a matter of weeks apart, and she responded with the following. Absolutely. This graph is the time between big quakes at one location on the San Andreas fault. The average is 100 years, but 3 times it was less than 50, and once more than 300. If they were 1 week apart, they would look like one event in the geology. End quote. The United States Geological Survey said the following about the 1906 earthquake. The San Francisco earthquake and fire of April 18, 1906, took around 700 lives and caused millions of dollars worth of damage in California. The earthquake was felt as far away as Oregon and central Nevada. The 1906 earthquake has been estimated at a magnitude 8.3 on the Richter scale. Surface offsets occurred along a 250-mile length of the fault. On May 18, 1940, an earthquake magnitude of 7.1 occurred along a previously unrecognized fault in the Imperial Valley. Similar movement on the Imperial Fault occurred during an earthquake in November 1979. The greatest surface displacement was 17 feet of right lateral stroke slip in the 1940 earthquake.
What's the highest magnitude we've suffered? Does anybody know? I need to look that up. I want to know what's the highest magnitude we've seen thus far.
Was 17 feet of right lateral stroke slip in the 1940 earthquake. Clearly, this fault is part of the San Andreas system. Other earthquakes of probable magnitudes of 7 or larger occurred on the Hayward Fault in 1836, and 1868 on the San Andreas Fault in 1838. End quote. As of right now, researchers have said that all they can do is keep an eye on any changes on the data, but I always end by saying that the big one is going to happen. It's just when. So
Monitoring the data, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of any day now. It's like a baby about to get ready to be born. And the mom is sitting around, the dad is waiting, the bags is packed by the door, everything's ready to go. It's just any moment. Any moment. It can happen at any moment. And 9 times out of 10, what happens? It happens when you least expect it. You're expecting it, but it comes out of nowhere.
going to happen.
And I'm finna try to look this up too.
It's just when. So what do you make of these announcements? And do you think the big one will occur within your lifetime? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
I hope not. I don't want to see that type of devastation, bro. Because it affects everybody involved in it. And it also affects the people that have to see it on TV. Watch it. Remember 9/11? Still traumatizing for a lot of us. Still remember that day. Still remember how it felt to hear what was going on play by play. You want more of those experiences? No, I don't. I don't want to see it in this lifetime. But I'm not naive to the fact of listening to the researchers and the analysts say that we're past due. It's been 300 years. Or they said the 300-year cycle or something like that. And then the 1906 one was the last one that was 8 point something. We're due. Yeah. Listen. If you know somebody out there, just talk to them, man. Give them the facts. Show them the video. Show them this video. Give them the information they need. You know what I mean? Again, some people are going to be stubborn. It just is what it is. But let them know at least. You know what I mean? Try. And y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of this video. Very, very compelling information and stuff we need to know. It's your boy L. Stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.